everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the final video in my kind of getting prepped for Walt Disney World series. I didn't mean for this to turn into like a bit of a series, but I feel like it has and I'm here for it. But for today's video I thought I would sit down with you guys and basically share everything that is coming with me to Walt Disney World in my parks bag. I did one of these a few years ago when I did my Disney program, and I honestly find them so useful to watch because I feel like it's always really useful to see what other people are taking into the parks with them, just to see if you've forgotten anything. And if you've got a trip coming up soon, I really hope this video is helpful. So yeah, let's get into it. So my Disney parks bag of choice this time around is my Small World Loungefly, which I have been so excited to use since I bought it. I actually bought this bag on Depop back in, I think it was the second lockdown. It was when I was in my final year of uni, and essentially I kind of knew that I wanted to think about booking a trip as soon as the parks had reopened. They hadn't reopened at this point, I don't think anyway, and I knew that I really wanted a Loungefly. At this point I didn't have any. I now very luckily and somehow have two Loungeflies, which I'm so very grateful for, but this one that I have wanted for literally the longest time. I actually saw this bag for the first time when I was on my program, and every single time I went into World of Disney or any of the bigger shops that stocked all of the Loungeflies, I constantly was like, oh, I'm gonna buy that bag before I leave, I'm gonna get it. And then for some reason I just decided against it. I think because it is a lot of money to commit to something that you're maybe only gonna wear or use at the parks. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have taken this on a day out in London before, but apart from that I don't think I would really use it all that much at home. And also I was prioritising buying things like Spirit jerseys and hoodies when I was last there because I knew I was likely to wear them more. And yeah, I just essentially decided against buying it. And I remember being on the plane home and thinking, I really think I'm going to regret not buying that Loungefly. And sure enough, a few months later I was still thinking about this bag on a daily basis. I mean, it's Small World, look how freaking cute it is. I also love that it's quite subtle, it's not like bright, or I've got an Alice in Wonderland one which is super bright pastel colours and it's really cute, but it's very Disney, whereas this one I think it's quite understated. It just looks nice, it's just white and gold, it's very simple. So I was looking on eBay and Depop for months to try and find this bag. I knew that I didn't want to pay any more for it than what it would be in the parks. And one day I came across this seller on Depop who was selling the bag because she'd booked a trip to California, and obviously because of the pandemic she wasn't able to go, and she was moving house and she just thought, you know what, I don't need it right now, I'm gonna sell it. So she very kindly sold it to me. I think I only paid maybe a few pounds more than what it would have been in the parks, but that was mostly for shipping. When it arrived it was still brand new with the tags on and the straps were still tied up, so she hadn't even used it or anything. In fact, I think even the paper was still inside the bag, like, you know, when you buy a bag and it's got like the tissue paper inside of it, I'm pretty sure it still had tissue paper inside of it. So yeah, it was basically brand new when I bought it. And yeah, I'm very lucky that I found it because I'm obsessed and I cannot wait to use it. But yeah, before I carry on waffling, I thought we could just show you what's inside. I've been quite strategic with my park bag planning. I know exactly what I want to take with me. I'm very lucky that I spent 3 months in Walt Disney World. I know exactly what I would want for an average park day. So yeah, I'm just going to show you everything that's in here. So first up in the top of this bag we have this little pouch, and in here I basically take this pouch with me everywhere I go. I switch it between all of the different bags that I have and use. It's just a little Ana Luisa pouch which I got from some jewellery, but I use it for this. This is so handy. If you guys don't already do this, I would highly recommend getting a little pouch that you can just sort of transfer from one bag to another. In here I have hand cream because I cannot live without hand cream. I have a hand sanitizer. This is just a raspberry one from Superdrug, I think. And a lip balm, and also a little perfume sample. I have this mainly so that when I'm traveling, in case I forget my perfume, I've got this one in here. But also it's super tiny and takes up no space in here, so it's perfect for like a little refresh during the day if I need it. I think I also might pack a couple of blister plasters in here, but I've not done that yet because I don't really tend to need them in everyday life. But yeah, this pouch is super easy, and it just means that whichever bag I'm using, I know that I'm never going to forget the essentials. So things like hand sanitizer, hand cream. If I've used hand sanitizer, I have to immediately use hand cream afterwards, so I always have that with me. Next up in my bag, this is a new addition for this trip, and it is my film camera. I love this camera. It's just a Kodak M35, I believe. It's not the best of film cameras. It was super cheap and affordable. It's also plastic, so if it rains, it's good. Yeah, it's nothing special. I would say it's not really a step up from a disposable, except you don't have to throw it away. So yeah, this is my film camera. I currently have Colour Plus film in here, I think. If you want me to do a whole video about my film camera, then I will, because I feel like I've learned a few things along the way. But yeah, this is going to come with me. I think I would like to take 1 photo a day whilst I'm there. I think this roll of film has 24 photos in it, so I'm going to aim to take 1 a day, I think, and then see where we go. But yeah, I love this camera, and I think it's going to be cute to take some kind of different photos on this. Next up, I just have my purse. This has, you know, my bank cards, the usual in it. I think I've also got, in fact I hope I've also got my Universal annual pass in here, because we need to use it to get our tickets. That should be in here somewhere, and I'll probably also put our park tickets in here, so our tickets to make it not so scary and all that sort of thing. I just feel like it's always good to have your purse with you. Ideally, I would have wanted to take my bigger one so I can put cash in it, like dollars and stuff, but I can't find it, so this will have to do. Next up, a Walt Disney World Park Day Essential portable charger. This one is obnoxiously large, I'm not gonna lie. If I could have found a smaller one, I would have done. I fully do not trust any other portable charger but this one. This is my Amazon Basics one. I've had this for like 7 years, I want to say, and it's still going strong. You can charge 2 phones at once, which I think will be handy for when I'm in the parks, obviously with my friends, and if they want to use it as well. Also, it charges 8 times fully before it runs out, so it's really useful. As much as it is a little bit bulky, I couldn't live without this. Next up, we have my magic band. Now obviously I'm probably going to be wearing my magic band, but I've put it in my park bag for now so that I don't forget it. This is just the millennial pink one, and I don't think I'm going to buy a new one unless this one's run out of batteries, but I doubt it. Next up, if you watched my packing video, you would have seen that I found this little card holder, which I'm also tempted to maybe put my park tickets in, but I'm unsure yet, so I've packed it for now just in case, and I'll probably decide nearer the time. Next up, I feel like this is slightly like Mary Poppins bag because stuff just keeps coming out of here. Loungeflies are the perfect size in my opinion for a park bag. Not only are they cute and Disney themed, they are probably the perfect size backpack for a park day. But the next thing is my water bottle, and I would highly recommend, if you're going to a Disney park at any time of year, to take your own water bottle. You can get free cups of water from pretty much any of the quick service locations, but there's just something about having your own water bottle with you for if you're in like a queue for a ride for a really long time, or you're still waiting for a parade. There's just nothing worse than needing water and not wanting to lose your spot. So I would highly recommend taking a water bottle with you. What I wouldn't recommend is filling up this bottle at the water fountains in Walt Disney World, because I cannot express to you how disgusting that water tastes. I don't know if it's just because we're not used to it. Maybe if you're a Florida resident you're used to it, but personally for me, I cannot stand the taste of the water from the fountains. So what I'll do is I'll go to the quick service, go and get a couple of cups of water and fill this up with those rather than using the fountains, because I just think the fountain water tastes disgusting. This is a Chili's bottle. It's actually a new Chili's bottle. I bought it recently. I've had the same Chili's water bottle for, I want to say, the last 6 years now, and I use it on a daily basis. I take it everywhere with me. It's like my emotional support water bottle, and I just felt like it was starting to get a little bit gross. I've had the same one for 6 years, but also it wasn't very practical because of the way that it was shaped. If you guys have seen the old Chili's bottles, you'll know what I mean. They're sort of like long and thin, and you can't really hold them very easily, whereas this one has a little handle, so I can just sort of like hold it like that whilst I'm walking around. Chances are it's going to live in my bag for most of the time. This one is also a bit smaller than my other Chili's bottle, so it fits better in this bag. The other one was slightly too tall for this bag. So yeah, I decided to treat myself to a brand new Chili's bottle for this trip, and I have used this already so many times. I use it every single day. Like, this has become my new emotional support water bottle. This is actually the Liberty's limited edition design, and I think it's so freaking cute. Next up is a Florida essential, and if you don't have one of these packs in your park bag, I would highly recommend you do. A little Pack-A-Mac raincoat. This is actually from Primark, and I'm actually impressed that I've managed to get it back in the bag. I don't think it's squashed down as small as it could be, but it still doesn't really take up too much room in my bag anyway. This is so helpful. I cannot express, if you don't take a poncho to the parks, you will regret it. Even if you just take like a little plastic one, but I would definitely recommend getting yourself like a Pack-A-Mac, because it's just so much easier to have it in your bag. And also it means once it stopped raining and you want to take it off, you can shove it back in here, and obviously where it's in a little pouch, it won't make everything else in your bag super wet. So yeah, I think this is a really great idea. If you guys don't have one in your park bag, then you definitely should. I would not go to a Disney park or anywhere in Orlando, to be honest, without a Pack-A-Mac. The next thing in my park bag is a little bit of a contrast to the last one, but again is another Florida essential that if you don't have packed, I would highly recommend. I'd like to thank my friend Brogan for this, because this is not something I really considered or thought about until she shared it. And now I know this is going to save my life when we're out there. It is just a little mini portable fan. This isn't the same one that Brogan had, I don't think. This one's a little bit smaller, but I am very, very, very grateful and glad to my past self for buying this. I think I'm going to need this. I'm not someone who gets too hot. I don't mind being hot. However, I know that I'm going to end up looking quite sweaty, and obviously we want to take photos in the parks. I'm going to be vlogging, and I don't want to be looking like just a complete mess the entire time we're there. So this fan is going to be coming in handy, I can already tell. It has 3 settings. I'll turn it on, but it's very, very loud. That's the only issue I have with this fan so far, that it's quite loud. So that's the lowest setting. And then we have this setting, and then the highest one sounds like a MacBook trying to take off. But yeah, I think I'm going to need this, and I'm very, very glad that I got one. It also comes with a little USB charger, which is in this bag, just in case I need it. Okay, and the final thing in my park bag isn't anything that's an essential if you're not someone who vlogs your trips or takes photos, but for me this felt like an essential thing. A mini tripod. I have never actually had a mini tripod before for my vlog camera. At the moment you're propped up on my main tripod, the one that I've had for literally about 10 years at this point. However, when I watched back the vlogs on my programme recently, I kind of realised that actually a lot of the footage is quite shaky because I'm holding it, just holding the camera, and I feel like I want everything to look a little bit more stable, a little bit more clean cut this year, especially because for me vlogging this trip is going to be a huge priority. So yeah, I just picked up this little tripod from Amazon. I know that you're not allowed to take things like selfie sticks into the parks or extendable tripods. This one doesn't extend, it literally just, its legs open out, it's just like a gorilla pod type thing. So chances are I'll just have my camera on top of here and I can hold it out like that. But yeah, just bear in mind if you are going to take a tripod to the parks, have a look at what is and isn't allowed. This, I believe, is allowed, which is fine. I also have, which I don't know if I'm going to really use at the moment, but we'll see. I have this little extra like add-on bit which I can use to attach my phone to the tripod, and the reason I'm thinking this is there's 3 of us on this trip, and if there isn't a photo pass photographer or a cast member available to take a photo of the 3 of us, then chances are we're not going to get many photos of the 3 of us. So I'm thinking I can just prop my phone up somewhere and we can take some photos with 3 of us, which might be a good idea. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get much use out of this yet, but it's in my park bag just in case I do. But this I think will definitely come in handy. But yeah, that is everything that is going to be in my park bag for my trip to Walt Disney World. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also please subscribe if you want to see the vlogs. They are going to be starting very soon and I'm very, very excited. I'm also probably going to film like a haul of everything that I bought when I'm there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon with another video.